no battery domestic violence calls, no arrests, and no bookings. We did have 4 calls for service at the Terribles, and each of those ended up with us not being able to do anything, and they were all minor issues.
Any questions from the public, from the board? Thank you. Next informational item, receive a report from Sergeant Tim Waller, Nevada Highway Patrol, regarding activity and statistics during the last month and other public safety concerns.
Good evening, Sergeant Waller, Nevada Highway Patrol for Laughlin and Searchlight. For last month, we conducted 379 traffic stops, issued 317 citations, investigated 4 crashes. We did have 1 arrest. It was just misdemeanor Warren. And then with our other miscellaneous calls and motorist assist, we had a total of 517 contacts with our motoring public. That's all I got, unless you have questions.
I just have one question on the construction on the highway.
Yeah.
It's sometimes it's a long way at 55 zone, not a lot going on. Do we have an end date
So
on the construction
the original
there?
date that they had given us was basically to where they're at now. So I guess the foreman thought, when I asked when you're going to be done, he thought that was going to be with the initial grind and fill. They do have to come back and do a top layer on that whole thing, do the rumble strips and repaint everything. I don't think, from the last I heard, they're going to start that till September. But I can certainly reach out to the foreman and try to get an actual completion date. And that is a bit of an issue, where there's no cones, there's no anything, but they have it posted at 55. And I know a lot of people get frustrated with that. I did have a conversation with the foreman on it and kind of told him, like, that's not cool, right? Like, it's kind of hard for us to even enforce that, especially as a construction zone, because there's no other indicators other than a sign that you passed 5 miles back. So I will reach out to him and see if that maybe they can put up, either take down the 55 signs or something, because again, you go 5 miles, there's no signs, people's GPS are telling them it's 75, and then people start calling and complaining that everybody's out there speeding, and that's not really fair. So that we weren't expecting them to leave it empty like that, if that makes sense. So
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you coordinating or trying to talk with the foreman on that too.
yeah, they haven't been real forthcoming with, again, I asked them, hey, when are you guys going to be done? And they're like, oh yeah, it's going to be done in July. You know, well, that was their plan, to have the initial grind and fill completed. And obviously they're not done out there yet. So hopefully by next time I can have a completion date for you guys, and maybe they can straighten out the speed zones. I'll try it anyway. So,
All right, thank you.
thank you.
Any other questions from the public or the board? Okay, thank you. Next informational item, receive report from Melissa Vandruff, Justice Court, regarding statistics and other activities during the past month.
Melissa Vandruff, Searchlight Justice Courts. For the month of June, we had 159 civil citations processed, 1 juvenile. We had 4 criminal complaints, 3 landlord-tenant complaints, 1 probable cause, and 60 traffic misdemeanor citations processed. Any questions?
Questions from the board? Thank you. Next informational item, receive a report from Las Vegas Valley Water District regarding the status of the water system.
Hi, I'm Kathy Flanagan, and I'm here with Aaron Gamble. Water use for last month was 4.41 million gallons, and when we compare that to June of 2025, the water use then was 6.47 million gallons. So we see a reduction of 2.06 million gallons. I really messed that up. But we know that last year NDOT had an active project going on, so that's probably largely the reason that we're seeing such a reduction.
For system conditions, as I mentioned at the previous meeting, we did have that main break the first week of June. Repairs were completed the same day, and the line was turned to service in less than 3.5 hours from the time it was reported. On the customer outreach side, our customer care staff is continuing to reach out to customers about potential on-site leaks. And our rural system operators are also keeping an eye out for anything that would indicate a leak on residents' properties and in the system. Now, we are seeing a lot more properties that are showing up on our automated leak report. And so, since the temperatures have risen, as we mentioned before, if you're receiving the calls and texts, please don't ignore them. If you have a swamp cooler, take a moment to inspect the cooler. Typical water usage when temperatures are at 100 to 110 degrees, can range from 4 to 15 gallons per hour. The starting threshold for our automated notification is 10 gallons an hour. So now if you don't have a swamp cooler and you're running air conditioning, and you get one of those calls or texts, go inspect your property. Interior plumbing, irrigation systems, if you have any. Toilet flappers tend to be like one of the biggest ones, and you don't, obviously it just goes down the sewer and you'll never see it. So, check those flappers and see if, open up the lid and see if you see water moving around. So anyway, that's it for us.
Any questions?
Questions from the board, public?
I just have one. Does the notification system work the same with commercial customers?
I believe so. The problem with commercial ones is it goes to whatever number was put on the account. And so that's like when we had an issue several years ago at one of the businesses, that number, that call goes to somebody. And so, we got our best results by actually just going inside and talking to somebody. That doesn't always, we don't always go and do that because, obviously the employees and people that are there, oh yeah, we've got a toilet that's leaking, and
Right.
they tend to.
Is there a way to change that, or that would have to be on the company itself to actually go in and do that?
Yeah, and so if you happen to work for a company, any of the companies that are in here, you can tell them like, hey, for this property, put in a number for, like the maintenance, somebody who handles the maintenance or somebody who's like in charge of facilities and stuff like that. Then you kind of have to hope that it gets down. We have some other businesses in other areas where the same issue. It's like we literally just call people that we know that work there and just be like, hey, you're using more water than normal. And then they go and they look at it, because the first time they get a notification is they get an email from somebody in a totally different part of the state saying, why is our water bill high? We're getting these calls or these, messages. So yeah, but it's not something we can really change. It has to be from the actual business itself.
To that point though, if any of the TAB members see a property having an issue with their landscaping or whatever, call me directly. I will get somebody out there. And for the public, I can leave some business cards in the back.
Oh, yeah,
I'm always there. Just
that always helps. Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you. That's very insightful.
Have a good one.
All right, thank you. Next informational item, receive a report from Southern Clark County Coordinator with UNR. I don't think there's anyone here for that. Next item, receive report, Searchlight Library, Michael Chapman, regarding current and upcoming programs.
First off, I want to give a huge thank you to all the community partners who were involved in our summer celebration at the park in July. It was a huge success, and we had about 85 people come, and they all had a really good time, and hope to see you all next year as well. Lots of things going on at the library as per usual. Tomorrow we have our painting club at 11:30. Next week on Thursday is the writing workshop with a guest mythologist, Vogue Robinson. The book club will be on the last Friday of this month, and a special event that'll be in this room on Thursday the 30th at noon. We have Vegas magician Adam London, who will come perform his magic for everyone on that day. In August at noon on Friday, August 7th, we'll have a wellness walk right here at the park that's here right next to the elementary school. And I'll try to make it an educational walk. I haven't actually been able to come to the last couple of ones just for other things going on, but I will be at this one for certain, and I'll be talking about the different famous people from Searchlight throughout the walk. And then the following day, on Saturday the 8th, we'll have a craft at 11:30, and on Wednesday, August 12th, we'll have bingo at noon. Currently, it is cassette month at the library. We have all kinds of cassettes for sale. They are very inexpensive, and if you have a cassette player, or even if you don't, it's kind of fun to own a collector's item. And the latest that's happening at our branch is Three Square has partnered with us to issue for children ages 3 to 17. This is on Saturdays between the hours of 11 and 2. It's per child. It's a very heavy box, so they'll want to have a parent or guardian with them to take the food. But it is 7 breakfasts and 7 lunches per box for per child. And we have quite a few of them in our branch, but we're only allowed to issue them during that time frame, Saturdays, between the hours of 11 and 2. That's all.
Any questions from the public or the board? Thank you. Receive a report from Clark County Water Reclamation District regarding the status of the wastewater and wastewater usage.
Clark County Water Reclamation District statistics, June 2026 treated an average of 46,000 gallons per day, compared to June 2025 that had an average of 45,000 gallons per day, with a difference of 1,000 gallons per day from last year at this time. No sewer service complaints for the month of June. 1 call before you dig, Searchlight ticket received for June. There's a monthly flow comparison attached. You can find the form in the back table there, and that is all for the report.
All right, thank you. Next informational item, receive a report for Parks and Recreation regarding the status of programs, upcoming activities. I can read that. And for June, they had 5 programs, 69 visits in Searchlight, Cal Navari, Open Rec 33 visits. The Searchlight Youth Center has been closed due to some incident there. And the restroom, kids' night out in the works for September. Next item, receive a report from Kyle Myers regarding current road conditions and public works concerns.
All I have to report for June was 4 street light outages were reported. They have yet to be repaired, but I'm sure Nevada Energy will get on it as soon as they're able to. And that's all I have to report this month. If there's any questions out there.
Thank you. No planning and zoning items, no general business.
Public Works, the county graded our road. It's very nice. We hadn't even called for service. And usually that will cause a big rainstorm that washes it out, but we're hoping for the rain anyway.
They took care of Grandpa's Road recently?
Yeah,
Good.
I would say about 3 weeks ago.
Perfect.
Yeah, I have no idea. We just came out there one day and it's smooth.
That's perfect. Good to hear. Thank you, Judy.
Comments by the general public, a period devoted to comments by the general public about matters relevant to the board's jurisdiction will be held. No discussion, action, or vote may be taken on this agenda item. Comments will be limited to 3 minutes. Please step up to the speaker's podium. If applicable, clearly state your name and address, and please spell your last name for the record. If any member of the board wishes to extend the length of a presentation, this will be done by the chair or the board by a majority vote.
Judy Bundorf, Grandpa's Road. Have a report from Friends of Aviquame. And this was prepared by one of our, actually an employee of the Friends group, Paula Jacoby Garrett. And she says, I'd like to take a moment to share a few exciting updates from Friends of Aviquame. If you haven't visited Walking Box Ranch recently, we currently have a wonderful exhibition on display in the ranch house titled For Scale, and that's by Vogue and Connie Go Outside. The exhibition celebrates curiosity, exploration, and the joy of stepping beyond our indoor comfort zones to experience the vast and spectacular natural world. There's some exciting events coming up on Saturday, July 18th. There will be tours of the ranch house and Clarabeau Saturday matinee. that we will start the day by having a guided tour of the historic ranch house. You'll see how the house continues to come to life with furnishings and artifacts from the original collection. After the tour, we'll screen the movie It from 1927, the film that made Clara Bow Hollywood's original It Girl. We'll also be showing historic newsreels and a classic Buster Keaton short. It's a fun opportunity to experience a little bit of Hollywood history, and we will also have popcorn. Then on August 8th, starting in the evening, continuing into the morning of August 9th, partnering with the Las Vegas Astronomical Society for our annual astronomy campout. The ranch will be open at 6 p.m., followed by a community potluck dinner at 6:30. At 8 p.m., we'll enjoy a special evening program featuring constellation tours, a look at the celestial objects visible that night, discussions about the importance of protecting our dark skies, and the fascinating connections between the desert night sky, plants, and wildlife. As darkness settles in, guests can view the stars through telescopes, gather around the campfire for music and s'mores, or simply relax and enjoy one of the most spectacular night skies in southern Nevada. The following morning, we'll have coffee and optional breakfast and a possible guided walk before everyone heads home before the summer heat sets in. We hope you'll join Friends of Aviquime at Walking Box Ranch for these special events. Thank you, and we look forward to seeing you there. I might mention that go on our website under events to register for these. There's no charge, but we like to keep a head count to how many people to expect. Any questions?
Thank you, Judy. Anyone else? Public comments? Board? Okay. Next meeting date is July 29th, 2026, and is that a zoning meeting? Do we have
Correct.
something coming up then?
Yep, we'll have one zone, or we'll have a zoning item there, so
Okay.
there might be one.
All right, so that's July 29th, next meeting, 2026. Meeting is adjourned.